What's up, guys? Now it's been a long time. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. This is Chris with Viking Bushcraft and Survival. So I'm finally up here. I've been talking to you guys for a long time about this. I'm finally up north of where my wife and I are living on some of my wife's grandparents' land. This is their pond back at the back of their property. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. Things have been so crazy hectic and busy with work and life, and as I told you guys, we just had our little boy 4 months ago, and we have been taking care of him and having to deal with a few medical things, nothing serious, but stomach issues and a sensitive stomach and just newborn baby stuff. So we've been working on getting that taken care of and dealt with. So I don't know how much I'm going to be filming tonight. I am up here on my grandparents' land, and I'm going to spend some time catching up with my wife's grandfather. I think we're going to sit around the fire and talk for a little while, but I thought I'd show you guys at least a little bit of that we are out here. This is some of the area, and farther up behind me here, where those woods go, that's going to be where I am going to try to be filming in the future. Go back up in those woods and do some even more remote solo overnights. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I don't know how much I'm going to film tonight, but I will probably touch back with you in a little while. I'm going to set up camp here by the pond, and we're going to get a fire going. So catch you guys later. Alright guys, got camp set up. I doubt you can see real well. I got a good late start tonight. I got up here much later than I meant to. So I got a fire going, and I'll show you guys all this better in the morning. I got a fire going over here, and that's getting set up. I'm gonna cook some food. Got the tent set up right here. This is actually my first trip with this tent, so giving it a try out tonight. It's about a 3-person tent, so it's still a little larger than I need. I've got a 1 to 2 person that I'm about to get here. So once I get that, that'll be. This pack's okay in the pack I brought, but it's still it's a lot more space than I need just by myself out here. So that's set up. We got the fire going, and like I said, sorry I got a late start up here today, and it just got dark on me. I was talking to my wife's grandfather and catching up with him. I'm up here at their, like I said, at their property. So my apologies that it's so dark by the time I'm touching base with you guys. But this is going to be a spot that I'm going to be coming to here for a while. Since we're no longer at our house and I don't have the woods anymore, this is my next go-to, and then I'm going to be going to some like public land and things like that, and setting up some campsites, figuring out some places to go here pretty soon. But in the morning I'll show you guys the camp layout, my better shot of my tent, better shot of the pond and where I'm camping out. I showed you guys a little bit of that with some of the sunset. It's real pretty sunsets out here, and I was able to get a little bit of that on film before I lost light. But yeah, I'm going to be camping out here tonight. I think it's going to get down to about 47 degrees Fahrenheit, if I remember correctly. So I've got, see if I can show you just real quick the setup here. So I've got the tent, and then I've got the rain cover on it. This is the tent. I've had this for a while, but this is the first time I've gotten it out for a trip. So I've got my heavy wool blanket right here, and then my inflatable pillow. Sorry, that light shadow's catching. Got my inflatable pillow, and I've got a ground sheet by the company Bears. It's a waterproof ground sheet, so just in case I have any chance of moisture coming up through the floor. And then this is my pack I brought. I'll show you guys that better tomorrow. I've got a headlamp on, so I'm casting a terrible shadow behind here. I apologize for that. But that's my pack. And I got some instant coffee. Some beef sticks. And then I got some breakfast and stuff in the pack. I've got my cold steel hatchet. You can see I got my cold steel, trail balls here. Brought that for this trip. This is going to be our fire pit. And then out there in the dark is the pond. So again, my apologies for getting set up so late. I meant to get out here earlier today, but I was taking care of our little boy until my wife got home. So I got up here. It's about an hour drive for me. So by the time I got out the door, I was already behind. But I will be here in the morning and show you guys more of the setup I've got out here. So I will catch back up with you guys in the morning. Take care, and I'll see you then. Good morning, guys. It's about almost 7 o'clock. I've been up for a little bit. I got the fire going pretty good and strong again this morning. Like I said last night, I got set up really late, so I wasn't really able to show you guys too much after that first shot of where I am. But as I said, I'm up north, about an hour north of where me and my wife live, and I'm on my wife's grandparents' land. They're very kind to let me come up here and camp and shoot some videos. So I've been planning this trip for a little while. So earlier this week I started getting, or actually end of last week, I started getting my gear together and kind of planning out what I was going to bring and everything. And this is kind of a scouting trip, just to get a feel for where I'm going to camp. Like I said last night, this is at the back of my wife's grandparents' house, and then their property extends back that way, quite a good way. So there's more woods and potential for shooting up there. So I'm excited about doing some more overnighters up here and getting back deeper in those woods. The pond is a really nice spot to camp, but I would like to push a little deeper into the woods. Last night didn't get too bad. It was, like I said, upper 40s for the lows. Kept getting up and kind of taking care of the fire, keeping that going and warming up by it, and sleeping a little bit in between. Tent did really well. I didn't notice any moisture come up through the ground. Plus I had the waterproof bears sheet that I brought, and this is a Wenzel tent. I actually bought this years ago, and it got stuck off in a closet and put away, and it's been packed up forever. So I finally, this trip, decided I was going to get it out and use it. It's smaller than my other tent. Pretty good size for one person. It's plenty of room for your gear in there. Maybe a little bit too big for what I need, but I think I'm going to use it for a little while because it does work quite well. I put the rain fly on last night. There was no real chance, really any chance of rain. I just wanted it on there to help hold in as much heat from the top as I could. And it did real well. I was very happy with it. Like I said, I had my heavy wool blanket and my inflatable camp pillow. I'll show you guys the inside of it here in a minute. But last night I was also using the cold steel trail balls that I showed you guys a couple videos back. Really impressed with how it did. I had some really large firewood and was able to split it up quite well using that trail ball. So I continue to be impressed and happy with that axe. So I'm really glad I got that, brought that out here this trip to get some more use out of it and kind of put it through more splitting and chopping tasks to see how it held up, because I do highly recommend it, and so I wanted to continue to test it and try it out to make sure that it holds up over time, and so far it's done an awesome job. So I'm going to split up just a little bit more firewood. I think I'm going to get some water going on here for some coffee, and I'll bring you guys closer down to what I'm going to be working on. Alright guys, so I've got the water on for the coffee, and while that's warming up I'll go ahead and show you the tent and that setup. So like I said, got this is the Trekology inflatable pillow. Used that last night. Pretty comfortable. Let a little bit of air out of it just to make it a little more soft, and that seemed to do the trick. But that was quite comfortable. My only complaint is, and it being a camp pillow, it's just a given with it, but it's a little small, and so with the way I was laying, it seemed like my head was always like straining to reach the pillow. I was putting a little bit of pull on my neck, but other than that, held up quite well. You got a heavy duty green. You guys have seen this before in one of my bug out bag videos. This is a heavy duty wool blanket. I used that last night. I don't think I've ever shown you guys this one. I got this pack not long before we moved, and this is what I decided to go with for this trip, and it held everything quite well. I was very happy with the way it held up. Just a kind of tan tactical bag. It's got one large compartment in the middle, side opening, and then it's got a couple small compartments on the front of it. But yeah, those are the pieces of gear I brought this trip, and everything held up very well. Very happy with the way everything has functioned on this trip. Happy with the gear I chose. So I'm gonna let that coffee warm up, or water warm up for the coffee, and then I will make a cup. So I was gonna catch up with you guys for a minute. It's been, like I said, a really long time since my last video. Last video I did was the house tour and the getting out of there for good. I'm actually going today to sign off on the house selling. It's taken a little bit of time, and it's gotten hung up here at the end. Stuff from the buyer. It's just regular house closing stuff, paperwork and all that had to get squared away. So it's finally done. I go up today at 2 to sign off on that, and the house sale will be final. We're still living with family out in Spring Hill. Not sure what we're gonna do as our next move, so while we're kind of taking time to figure out what our next step is going to be and all that, our family in Spring Hill has been very kind to let us stay with them and just kind of get our plans in order for what our next step is. So staying in Spring Hill still. Like I said last night, our little boy Hayes is just over 4 months old now, and he is doing very well. We did go through some a little bit of medical stuff with him, some milk allergy and sensitive stomach, and he had a cold not too long ago, but he seems to be finally coming out of most all of that. We've gotten him on a diet that is good for his sensitivity and his allergy, and that's going well. So it's just been a lot of crazy life stuff. I was crazy busy with work, but my job's going through some big changes right now, so I've got some time away to come do stuff like this, so it's really been nice to be able to get out here. So I drove up yesterday evening, Like I said, I was taking care of Hayes yesterday, so I got out of the house kind of late. And by the time I got up here, I was losing daylight fast when I got up here, and I was catching up with my wife's grandparents, and I just lost the light. By the time I came back to shoot last night, it was too dark. I apologize for, you guys probably couldn't see anything of what I filmed last night. This camera does not have very good ISO setting on it, so I can't really adjust that very well to even in low light situations to get better shots. So I'm actually, by the next video you probably see after this one, I should have it. I'm completely getting new camera gear and upgrading stuff to hopefully really change the look of future videos and just improve quality for the future of the channel. So yeah, like I said, a lot of stuff's been going on, a lot of changes. I really don't like letting huge gaps of time go by in between videos. I really appreciate you guys that watch and stick with it and continue to view and subscribe and stay subscribed even when content is sparse. So hopefully moving forward, now that I have this area to come shoot and we'll have the house sold and everything kind of calmed down and back to normal, I'll be able to get up here and I'll hopefully finally be able to start shooting videos with consistency. And I'm going to do more locations. This right now is an easy spot that I know I can come to and film, but hopefully in the near future I'm going to start scouting out some other land and other places that I can go shoot, just to mix up location and make a variety of videos. One thing I'm hoping is maybe in the future to do back here is a shelter build. I would like to do like a permanent bushcraft shelter back here. So if that works out, that'll be a video series that I'm going to work on shooting here as well. So I'm going to get some coffee going. I'll probably come back and shoot a little bit more before I go. I'm going to pack up camp in a little while. I don't have to get out of here for a little bit. I do have to be back to take care of business with signing off on those papers and everything, but I am going to spend at least 2 or 3 more hours here and just enjoy being out here. So I'll probably shoot another clip and say goodbye to you guys. Thanks so much for watching up to this point, and I'll catch you one more time before I go. Thank you. Hey guys, I taking a walk back here to the woods I was telling you about that goes back on the property area that I'm looking to come back and camp in here in the near future. So this is the trail that leads back to where I'm wanting to go. Thought I'd show you guys a little bit of this. This trip is kind of just a setup for future videos. I didn't get to showcase a whole lot of the camp setup and everything else that I would have liked to have done, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what's coming up and the camps I'm going to be doing, location and all that. But this is the area back here. I really like this trail. I've been back here before. It's been a while, so I'll show you guys kind of some area I'm looking to be at in the future. Show you a little bit of what my upcoming videos are going to look like, and the next videos are going to be much more me getting up here early and setting up camp and showing that and being able to actually film while I've still got some light. We are into fall, so the daylight ends a lot sooner than a couple months ago, so I've got to take that into consideration getting up here. So I will get up here at least a couple hours earlier next time so that I can set up camp and show you guys, you know, everything start to finish. Probably going to be using, like I said, probably going to be using that tent I have with me for a while. I think I'm going to use that as my main tent. I've also got my tarp, so I may, if I get back here, actually do some tarp setups instead of a tent. And that way I can be underneath the tarp but still have the fire in front of me. This is the trail, and it opens up to back here. So, really excited that we've got access to this now. So we've got some real cool spots and potential for campouts. So this is where we're going to be coming. This is where I'm hoping to get back to. So I'm gonna let my wife's grandfather know that, so that I can come back here next time. This was a quick trip. I didn't get up here when I wanted to, so I had to kind of do a concise camp out for this one. I didn't know if I was going to get to make a video at all, but I was happy that I at least got to film some of being up here. So this is where we're going to be coming. I'll probably be heading up right back in here if I can. That goes back up into another trail and some more woods, so that would be a really good location to set up. So that will probably be actually fairly soon. I'm going to be ordering some new gear, specifically new camera and tripod and stuff, so I'm wanting to upgrade the camera and everything for the channel, and I've got a model picked out, a Canon, and you guys will see that hopefully in the very next video. I'm hoping my next video that I shoot is with that camera, and it'll be on this property. But that's where we're headed, and I'm really excited. This is my favorite time of year to get out, favorite time of year for setting up camp and getting out in the woods. So I'm super excited to be doing this and to have finally gotten set up where I can come back here. I'm going to do one more clip when I get back to camp. I'm going to start packing up here. Been letting the tent dry out from some condensation and stuff last night, so I'm going to start packing that up. I'll do one more clip to say bye to you guys and be heading out of here. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, I am packed up, camp's broken down, and I'm getting ready to head out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Really appreciate you watching. It wasn't quite as laid out as I would have liked for it to be, but as I told you, things didn't work out perfectly, and so I got what I could out of this trip. So glad I came. I got to fish a little bit this morning. Walked back and showed you the area we're going to be looking at for future camps. Just turned out to be a really great trip. I didn't know if I was going to get to really do much of anything once I got up here with the late start, but worked out. Sorry for the clip this morning. I hadn't had any coffee yet, and I'm sure I looked like I was half asleep and completely unenergetic in front of the camera, so my apologies for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. One side note, I got to looking at my cold steel trail balls when I got back before I started packing up camp, and I've noticed at the top where the handle is flush with the axe head, it has split and the axe head has actually shifted some, so probably took on a little bit too big of wood splitting for that axe, but I'm not exactly thrilled with it that it cracked on that. Nothing was too over the top that I did with it as far as splitting up firewood, so I do like the axe, but that concerns me that it's split at the top of the handle, and I can already tell there's been some shift on the axe head, so definitely if you get one, I'd recommend small camp chores for it. It's not a heavy-duty splitting axe, and that's not what it's advertised as, so I just wanted to throw that out there. I know you guys, I've gotten a lot of feedback on the review of that axe and everything, so I wanted to let you know how that's going. So really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm planning to get back up here very soon. Once I get this new camera and gear in here, I'm going to come back up here and shoot a new video and do this trip again. Possibly here, but probably try to push back into the woods further. So thank you guys so much. I'm Chris with Viking Bushcraft and Survival, and I will catch you guys again very soon here from camp. Thanks for watching. Take care.